What's up, dudes? So, we're doing an awful lot more running now as of late, and we want to challenge ourselves in different ways when we do our running. We don't just want to do the same run each and every day that we go out at the same pace. So, how can we improve it? I'm going to bring you now 3 workouts a week. Now, I know a lot of you will run more than that, but I'm going to give you the baseline of 3 really good workouts a week that you can do each and every week. If you stick to that, you will get better at your running. Okay, so these 3 workouts are going to be broken down into the following. One is going to be a speed session, one will be a tempo run session, and the last one will be your long run. So what's a speed session? Obviously it improves your speed. We need to work on our speed so that when we call on it, when we need to inject a bit of pace into our running, that it's there. If we always just go with same speed running all the time, we'll just always run at that speed. You will not have that ability to increase your pace or to push on in your run when you need to. So the first speed session, this is going to be what we call an interval session. Now this is high anaerobic threshold. This is you going to be working really high up there, above 90% of your maximum heart rate. You're going to be working without oxygen for a period of time. We're going to do K repeats. So that just means kilometer repeats. How would that look, or what would one workout look like? So if I was to say to you, I want you to do 4 1K repeats, and the pacing is going to be at somewhere around your 3 to 5K current pace. So what do you run a 5K in right now? How long does 1K take you? You're going to do that pacing each K, and after each 1K, you're going to take a 1 to 2 minute rest period. So you're going to do 4 1Ks. You take a minute and a half or to 2 minutes rest in between each one, and the pace will be at your 3 to 5K pace that you have right now. Now that might be a bit short for some people. Maybe you are running a little bit longer, you want to go a little bit further, and you want to work on your speed for a little bit longer. So we could do the same workout. We just do 8 1K repeats with a 1 to 2 minute rest period between each one. And again, the pacing is at your current 3 to 5K pace. So that would be a simple speed session that I would recommend you do on a Tuesday if you can, each and every week. The next workout after that is going to be what I call a tempo run. Tempo run is going to help you to improve your speed endurance, not just your speed, but your speed endurance. That just means how long can you hold that speed. The threshold here is going to be somewhere around your heart rate, about 85 to 90% of your heart rate. If you had a chest strap on, like a lot of people at least I do right now, then you'd be able to control your heart rate and see where it is and say, right, I'm in this zone right now. I need not to be in the red when I'm doing these workouts. The tempo workout is not a red zone workout. How does a tempo workout look? So if you take again your pacing on a 3 or 5K, what you want to do is add about 35 to 40 seconds to that pace. So if my current pace for a 5K is 4 minutes per kilometre, I'll run the tempo runs at about 4:35 to 4:40 per kilometre. What would a tempo workout look like? So if I gave you a workout in tempo, a simple one to start off with would be, I'm going to go 5 minutes. Obviously, this is after a good 10-minute warm-up again, guys. I'm going to go 5 minutes tempo. That means I'm going to run for 5 minutes. The distance is irrelevant. I'm going to run for 5 minutes now. And after the 5 minutes, I'm going to take a 1 minute rest and jog. I'm going to do that 3 times. Again, the pace of this tempo run is not red zone. You're somewhere around 85 to 90%. Okay? That would be a simple one to do for somebody who's beginning. If you wanted to do something longer, I could run 2 10-minute tempo sets with a 1 to 2 minute rest in between each one. So 10 minutes at tempo, that's 85% or thereabouts. And then I'm going to go 1 to 2 minutes rest, and then I'm going to repeat it. And you could also bring that up to 3 10-minute tempo sets. The key here is that you're trying to improve your speed endurance. You're not trying to go lactic. You're not trying to go into that lactic threshold. You're trying to hold it just below it, and you're working on your tempo. These are longer sets than what the speed sets would be. Now, what about the one you all do already and you never change? The long run. The long run is super important, right? It's the easiest one. It's the one where it's the least likely to get injured, but it takes a significant amount of time. Now, if we compare the long run, which I normally would do somewhere around a Saturday or Sunday, and again, I'll give you the reason at the end of this, the long run is going to be somewhere around 60 to 70% of your maximum effort or your heart rate, right? So this is low aerobic threshold. If I was giving you on a scale of 1 to 10 in your running, I want you, it's irrelevant to pacing, I want you to run this, it is around a 4 out of 10. Okay, 4 out of 10. It's really slow. I'd even try and keep it on the flat, stay away from hills and stuff so your heart rate doesn't go up too high, and keep it nice and controlled. These runs can vary for somebody who's a beginner depending on what your goal is. If you're running shorter races, maybe it's somewhere around 45 minutes to an hour. Maybe if you're somebody who's doing something like half marathons, you could do somewhere around, an hour to an hour and a half, or an hour and a half to 2 hours if you're going up the marathon pace. It depends on what your goals are. If you're doing longer distance races and you want to have a goal next year of doing longer distance, the longer run needs to be longer. Now, you might say to me, geez, I really don't have 2 to 3 hours to be running like that, or I don't have the energy to sustain it. That's fine as well. If you said to me right now, Shane, I can only do 45 minutes of a long run and after that I feel flat, that's fine. Do your 45 minutes. Maybe you split your run on a Sunday. You get up early, you do your 45 minutes, you take 6 to 8 hours rest in between, and then on Sunday evening you go back out and you do your other 45 minutes. That's still working up to an hour and a half of a long run on the Sunday. So guys, to break this all down, you can see I'm doing the speed session on a Tuesday. That's giving me a significant amount of time to recover from the long run on the Sunday, preferably Saturday, but the Sunday, so that I'm really able to attack my speed session on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, I've got my tempo session. That's broken up. I should have recovered between Tuesday and Thursday. And then I've got my long run on the weekend. If you wanted to as well, what we can do is we can sprinkle in there other days if you wanted to run more recovery sessions. And what's a recovery session? Recovery session means recovery. It means you go out, you run really slow. The distance really is irrelevant. It could be somewhere around 3 to 5k, just something to loosen out the legs, elevate your heart rate slightly, but recover from the other days. But you want to nail down, there's 3 specific days. We've got our speed session, we've got our tempo session, and we've got our long run. If you can do that weekly and you can stick to the thresholds and the pacing that I have referenced, you will get better at your running, you will get leaner, you will get faster, and you'll just feel an awful lot more comfortable. But most importantly, you'll keep yourself injury free. Guys, any questions, shoot them on to me and glad to answer. See you in the next one.